Hey everyone, Base DS here, and welcome back to more Sonic the Hedgehog CD. We're taking a bit of a small detour before we go ahead and jump right into Knuckles Chaotix, but there's something I wanted to quickly go over with concerning Sonic CD and its time-traveling ability gameplay. But anyway, as you've seen throughout our journey on Little Planet, we've gone back and forth through the present and the past to go ahead and save Little Planet. And as such, our efforts resulted in Little Planet having a good future, where everything is bright, there are no bad eggs whatsoever, and we pretty much just stick it to Robotnik. So, all in all, we ended up achieving the good ending and setting everything right on Little Planet. But there's one aspect we have not touched on yet. And as for what that is, it's time to see what happens if we ended up screwing up. So, we're going to be going through and checking out to see what all of the bad futures for all the zones end up looking like, just to see what would happen if we ended up screwing up and not destroying all the robot generators or getting all the time stones. So, let's see exactly what kind of utopia Dr. Robotnik had in store for us to deal with, shall we? And so as we go ahead and start things off here in Palm Tree Panic Zone, right off the bat, the game is clearly telling you screwed up big time. All the plant life is dead, the green grass has turned in autumn colored, and on top of that, all the water in the zone is completely polluted. So, yeah, this is the game's way of telling you that you screwed up big time, and now you're paying the price. But let's just go ahead and get rid of the badniks that are around here a bit. And we'll just go ahead and make our way over. And as we face off with the Robotnik Bumper Walker, it's sporting a different color scheme here. Instead of the purplish tint, it's now bright red in some areas on the armor. But it still works the same way as in the good future. He'll walk back and forth a bit and then eventually leave himself wide open. So, pretty much just rinse and repeat. But yeah, just seeing how bad things look here doesn't bode well for the rest of the zones. As for Collision Chaos Zone, well, everything is pretty much in ruins here. The neon lights are colored differently after being left to decay a bit, and it's all around not too pretty here. Of course, then again, what do you expect? It's supposed to be a bad future. It's not meant to be pretty. And just like last time, the water has been polluted as well, but you also see workings of Robotnik's little factories that he's assembled in the back. But as for the Robotnik Pinball Bomber, it's generally the same, except there are a lot more breakable bumpers. And I'm surprised we even got up to the top that fast. Sheesh. But all in all, things don't bode well here either for Collision Chaos Zone. As for Tidal Tempest Zone, it's in real bad shape here. So not only has all the equipment that was meant to keep the plant life sustained in this futuristic aquarium destroyed, the plant life has completely died off, and the system that maintained the water's purification has since been destroyed, and as such, the water is heavily polluted here. So all around, it is not a good sight. And on top of that, Robotnik has gone to make sure that his ugly mug is plastered throughout several of the tiles that make up the labyrinth. And of course, as I said, since the purification systems were down, the water has gone from a bright green hue to being completely red when it comes to being underwater. So the pollution is in full effect here. But as for the Robotnik Bubbler, same setup as last time. Just have to make sure to avoid the projectiles it fires. And just breathe away at the shields. Alright, we almost got him. Just got to avoid those. Alright, we got this. He's almost down. Come here, Robotnik. There we go. But yeah, it is pretty sad to see how desolate this futuristic aquarium has become. It's pretty depressing, but then again, like all the bad futures, it's a pretty depressing sight. Quartz Quadrant Zone really took a hit here in terms of the bad future department. Not only does it have an ugly yellow color signifying that we really screwed up for this place, Robotnik has also mined out all of the quartz in the area, and now it's all flowing right below us in a molting quartz river. So yeah, not a good picture here. But we'll just go ahead and grab the shield and rings there. Man, this place is bleak looking. But the Robotnik conveyor pretty much remains the same. Just use the conveyor belt to your advantage to go ahead and wear down the bottom of the control unit, while making sure to also avoid the mine that is being dropped on top of you, and making sure to keep your speed up, otherwise you're going to fall right back into that set of spikes. But yeah, Robotnik has really started to do a big number on these zones. At this point, he's working on creating his utopia, but it's in so much disrepair, he doesn't care. The fact that he thinks he's winning is good enough for him. But with the support column for the control unit destroyed, that brings things here in Quartz Quadrant Zone to an end. So let's get out of here. It's kind of depressing here. Wacky Workbench Zone has really gone downhill since we were last here for the good future. Everything is all rusted and corroded, and all the lights up in the ceiling have been shattered. It's just not a pretty picture here. It just shows that, like I said before, Robotnik feels that the facilities that he's converted to his ideal areas have done their job, so he's just leaving them to rot. So let's just go ahead and make our way down here. Gotta be very careful not to... Okay, thought I was gonna be shot back up there for a second. And so let's go ahead and continue on. And the Robotnik rocket drill is a different color here in the bad future. It is now completely silver as opposed to the purple that we saw in the good future. Robotnik figured, well, you know what, Sonic screwed up, so I'm just going to go ahead and repaint this thing to what I think looks better. But yeah, just seeing all the machinery broken down in the background. Like I said, the good futures can be really despondent and depressing. But we are almost done here. Just got one more hit to land. And the Robotnik rocket drill is finished. So even though we stopped Robotnik here, nothing we can do to save the zone itself. We have to continue on with it still in this state. Stardust Speedway Zone was definitely robbed of a pretty good future here. All the trumpet designs that were prevalent in the present of Stardust Speedway Zone have now been destroyed, and on top of that, Robotnik has successfully destroyed the amusement park that was in the background of the zone itself, leaving it to look very bleak back there. And on top of that, the gray color scheme for the walkway tends to mesh pretty well in this messed up future. But it can also affect the race with Metal Sonic. There could be spikes in certain areas that weren't there in the good future, and that can really end up making a mess of things. Just gotta make sure to stay one step ahead of Metal. Ooh, okay, that was a bit too close for comfort. It's okay though, I got this. Okay, he got a hit on me. But you know what? I'm still gonna get the victory. But hey, we still get to save Amy, so that's one good point. Even though Metallic Madness Zone was his base here on Little Planet, at this point, Robotnik could care less. He's achieved his goal of turning Little Planet into the dystopian world that he set out to create, and at this point, he could care less what happens to the place, especially now that you see all the cracked pipes and all the cracks within the walkway itself and everything else. All the pumping pistons in the background. He has made damn sure to clear out every bit of nature from this place. So from here on out, it's nothing but cold, ruined steel. So as we go ahead and make our way over here, now we have to go ahead and balance over the bottomless pit once again. But hey, we make it. That and the creepy music just serves to show you that you screwed up and there is nothing you can do to change this future. But hey, we're at least going to toss him out of here. Alright, come here. Just one more left. Come on, you stupid flash flyer. But as for the final boss, the Robotnik Blader really doesn't change much here. Works the same way as last time. Except instead of having the beautiful, serene background of nature mixed in with machinery, it's nothing but cold, destroyed machinery in the background. So even though Robotnik set out and achieved his goal, we're going to go ahead and put a small damper on his parade. Just have to make sure to make our way through this without getting scratched, and we should be good. And we get the first hit in on the Robotnik Blader, so only 3 hits left and 3 blades remaining. Alright, come on, Robotnik. No point in prolonging the inevitable. Oh, really? You made me get hit? Alright. I'll give you that one, Robotnik. But that's all you're getting. Now let's go ahead and speed our way over to here. And just one blade left. Alright, Robotnik, even though you succeeded in turning Little Planet into a wasteland, your fun stops here. And with that, the Bad Future Showcase is finally done. So, just a little something that I wanted to go ahead and add in, have a nice little extra video, and at least this allowed me to show all these zones in their respective time periods, present, past, the good future, and ultimately the bad future, if you failed in destroying the generators or getting all the time stones. So, just something I wanted to go ahead and do and toss in there and get out of the way. But at least we also get to see the bad ending. Main difference is, Robotnik is making off with one of the time stones. But Sonic's not gonna let him get that far. Grab a rock and rev up the spin dash and boom! But with that, this will finally go ahead and end things here for Sonic CD, at least for now, until the point gets to where I feel like if I want to go ahead and do the Sonic Gems Collection version of the game, which is, of course, like I said, the PC version port, and plus, I'll also be doing the US soundtrack. But then again, not sure when exactly I'll even get to that. I still got a whole bunch of other projects that I want to go ahead and get out of the way, and of course, we all know there's one that I've been putting on hold because of this marathon, so that's going to be getting some overdue work put in for it after being neglected for the past 3 months pretty much, so. But this is where I'll go ahead and end things here for now, so until next time, thank you all for watching, hope you're enjoying things so far, and now that this little detour is over, I'll see you all again later when we continue the Supersonic Summer Knuckles Marathon with Knuckles Chaotix.